I don't have $8,000 to do this room. I have $200 to spend. Hey, it's Mads and welcome back to my channel. Hi. Of course, he abandons us. And the second I start sitting here working, he wants to leave. Anyway, hi, how are you guys? Welcome to day one, episode one, like the real episode one of making over my childhood home. Last week we had like our session 0, our episode 0, going over my plans and all that, and the finer details and what this process is going to look like for you and for me. So if you want a little more background, go ahead and watch that video. I'll link it up here so you can go and watch that. It's like a lay of the land, a state of the union, a session 0 on this new series on this channel. But today things get serious because we have decisions to make and I want to make those decisions with you. So let's jump right in. So here's what we're working with. This front bedroom, actually when the house was originally built, was 2 rooms. So it's a little odd. There are 2 closets, 2 doors, and this beam in the center where the wall used to be. This full room used to be my dad and his little brother's bedrooms, like separately. And then when they grew up and left the house, my grandma had my grandpa take the wall out and they made this into a big bedroom so that there was the primary bedroom with a ensuite for guests and was the guest bedroom. Right now, it's a little sad. When Jordan and I moved in, we kind of took all my grandma's stuff out and just put like the necessities in here to make it functional for what we needed. So it's a little sad and drab, and I'm not in love with the blue color on the walls. I'm not in love with the carpet, especially with the cats. So that is an area that's a problem. There is also these wonderfully 50s, 60s, 70s popcorn ceilings that I just adore and love for sure. 100% they're my favorite feature that I could ever have in a house is popcorn ceilings. And then there's also the issue of like lighting in here. There is 2 separate overhead lights because they were bedrooms, and these lights are actually originals. I didn't know that till I asked my grandma the other day what she wanted to do with them. She said, well, Madison, they've been here since we moved in. They're original to the house. And I went, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So these lights are definitely going to be replaced. I've already picked some up from Costco on clearance. So I have lights, we just need to put them up. I want to do something about this beam. The closets need some love, and it really just needs a little sprucing and je ne sais quoi-ing, and to really make it aesthetically cohesive. It's functional right now, like we have what we need, but it definitely doesn't have the like touch of decor or touch of design. It's definitely just a bunch of stuff in a room. The goal is always function over form, but I could use a little more form, a little more beauty, a little more aesthetic in here. It is just really drab and a little sad, honestly. It's quite a sad bedroom. In Disneyland, in that process, the Imagineers, they have this phase called the blue sky phase, and it is essentially a phase in the project before it starts where they say everything that they could ever possibly want to happen. They don't have to worry about physics, they don't have to worry about technological limitations, they don't have to worry about budget, space, time constraints. They kind of just come up with absolutely anything they could come up with in that super creative first phase, and then pare down from there and find out what truly is important to the project and what truly matters for this whole project of making over my childhood home. I have such strict parameters, especially around budget. I really want to dive into the blue sky phase of every project so that we can really figure out and determine what is important, what is worth doing, what isn't worth doing, and then add that to the list for further projects and really decide what is worth our time and money and energy and learning so that we are getting the best bang for our buck. So I made a list, done a little bit of research, and I've done a little bit of budgeting and budgeting out like a blue sky phase just for this room. Let's start with the carpet in here is I hate carpet. The cats, it's just not super practical to have carpet in the house. I understand why carpet goes in a bedroom. I get that. But with the 4 cats, we love animals. We're also like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have carpet in the house. So I would love to replace the carpet. That is like a dream of mine to be able to do. And I priced it out for this room and just to do the square footage of this bedroom. And if my math is right, we're needing about 12 boxes of flooring. That's gonna cost us around $650-ish, give or take, for taxes, just to change the floor. And then if I wanted to have somebody come in and do it, we're looking at $15-ish, $100. I don't have a quote, but just from my own research in the market here in my town, I'm looking at it costing about $1,500 to have someone come in and install it. I can install it myself, so we can already knock that off. I think that's something we can definitely learn how to do. But to change the floors, that's $650. I want to spend on this whole room $500 to $700. So that would leave me with $50 for everything. So I think that's off the table for now, but it's on the list. And then there's the matter of the walls and paint. Perusing around, taking a look, you know what a gallon of paint costs. I'm looking at 2, maybe 3 gallons if I want to also paint the ceilings and like color drench the room. So we're looking at about $150 in paint. I also would love to change the trim and the baseboards in this room just to something a little bit more substantial, something with a little bit more character. All of the trim in here is very Build-A-Grade. It's very flat, almost craftsman style. And I love something with a little bit more depth and detail. So we're looking at that being around $250 if I could find a good deal on trim for everything I would want to trim out. And then we've got to talk about popcorn ceilings. Now, I know they're not a big deal, but I hate them. I would love a smooth ceiling. And there's lots of options when it comes to popcorn ceilings. You can get them professionally removed, and that is going to probably cost me anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 to have somebody come in and remove the popcorn ceilings. I could do it myself. That same process. It's very messy and very time consuming and is going to hurt my neck, but that's going to cost me anywhere between like $150 to $200 depending on supplies and how much stuff I need. I'm not quite sure. And then there is always the option covering them with something, doing shiplap. They make ceiling panels, like decorative ceiling panels. We could just cover the popcorn ceiling with something else. That's gonna cost anywhere between $250 to $500 depending on what I want to cover it with. There are cheaper options than that, but for something like decorative and beautiful, there's the cheapest option, and we could just paint it and color drench it and hope that it like disappears. So there are options there, anywhere from $100 to paint it to $2,500 to have someone come in and remove it. And then we'd have to paint it anyway. The next item on this list is lighting in this space. Not only the overhead lights, but I would love to add more mood lighting in here. Thinking like bed sconces, perhaps a couple more lamps. We're looking at like, if I was gonna buy new, we're looking at like $250 to $500 worth of lighting. I could definitely go secondhand and vintage and cut down that price too. So that's another big ticket item, is lighting for this space. Moving in to the biggest ticket item for most spaces, and this space in particular, is going to be furniture. I am really in love with these bed frames. I really love these vintage ones. Pottery Barn makes like vintage inspired ones that are really beautiful. They come at a very hefty price. That one's almost $3,000. I'm thinking maybe we could do a DIY option, or if I could find the perfect thrifted one, we can go that route. I can keep my eye out, but that is definitely something I'm very interested in having in this space. A really beautiful bed set. And then like just decor in general. We have a lot already, and I have decor that can already go into this space. But after living in apartments and then having to decorate a whole house, I'm gonna run out of decor very quickly. So I only have so much. I probably have enough decor for this bedroom and maybe the guest bedroom, and then we're gonna need more. So I really wanna start collecting pieces and finding stuff and making stuff and really going through that process. So that's another ticket item. So if we're blue skying this and we add all of these numbers up, and remember, these are rough estimates of me just Googling for my area. So this could look very different for you depending on where you are in Canada, or if you are in the States, or if you're overseas. So these numbers are very particular to me and in my area. So don't take them as Bible for you. Do your own Googling and research, get your own quotes. But for me, this is what it's roughly looking like right now. And if I wanted to do all of this and just like pay and like just have it done and pay for install, do that all, the high end of this budget is looking at like $8,000. I don't have $8,000 to do this room. Guesstimating, we're gonna be spending anywhere between $500 and $700 on this whole space. That would be my goal. My goal would be to keep it under $500. We can do better than $8,000, I think. I think we can do better than $8,000. So based on these numbers and everything alone, I think our best bet is to start with paint. I've always started with paint. I love starting with paint, and I want to head to the hardware store and pick up a few samples so we can really see these colors on the wall and get a good sense of what we really have to work with. It's really yellow. We'll see what it looks like when it dries down. But I think this is gonna be too yellow. I don't know. No, I like it though. I like how bright it is. I think that's what I really love about Dainty Lace, is the brightness and the warmth. I think it does have like a vintage feel to it. I don't know how else to describe it. I really love basswood. I think this is so pretty. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up in the pot there, but this one is definitely more neutral and darker. You can see how much darker it is already. It's gonna dry darker too, so I don't know about that. It is still leans warm, but it's definitely much more neutral than Dainty Lace. And then we have a wild card. This is a green. I love a green bedroom. This like pistachio sagey green. Let's see. Ooh! I'm into that. I don't know if I'm into it for a whole room, but I'm definitely into it in some capacity. I really like it. I like the level of color it is. As Dainty Lace is drying down, I'm liking Dainty Lace a lot. I wonder if there's something in between these two, because I really do love them. This Dainty Lace is really nice. I thought, I put that on the wall. I didn't like it. You heard me. I didn't like this when I put it up. I like this a lot. Now that it's drying down, I think that they're really pretty. And this green I'm in love with. I want to do something with this green. I don't know if it's going to be painting and color drenching this space, but I think we can work this green in somewhere for sure. I'm really torn between color drenching or doing contrast trim. There's a lot of trim in this space with the 2 doors, the 2 closets, the 2 windows. There's lots of pairs and doubles, and I would love to add some contrast, but I also would love to just like make it all disappear using like a color drench method. But I wonder if we used both of these and we did like a dark trim and light walls, and like the ceiling went this color as well. If we like mildly color drenched the space and then used this darker one as trim. I'm into it! What do you guys think? You guys are just gonna have to tell me down below what you think, or am I crazy? Is there something I'm not seeing that you're seeing? I think this is a good start. I wanna look at this at different times of day. What I'll do is I'll take pictures of it and I'll put it on the screen here so you guys can see what this looks like in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening here, and really get a good idea. You guys in the comments down below, let me know what you think. What combo is your favorite? If you've got a wrench to throw at me, and let me know, because I think starting with paint makes the most sense, because I think the paint is going to really take this room in another direction before we can start really investing a lot of money in stuff. All right, guys, we have gone over some blue sky phase designing, and we've gotten some inspiration and kind of a direction we want to head in with the paint and with these paint colors. I really want to hear your guys' opinion down below. Let me know what you think of those colors. Next week, we are going to be painting the room and installing the lights I bought at Costco on clearance. So I'm excited for you guys to see that and to really get paint up on these walls and start making progress and really start seeing a change so that we can get this ball rolling. I just want to say very quickly before this video ends, I am so grateful for every single one of you. If you've made it this far in this video, if you could give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, I would be eternally grateful to you. I am a small Canadian YouTuber just doing what she loves, and I would love to be able to do that forever. So if you guys liked this and you liked seeing this and you're into this series or you're into me, please consider liking and subscribing. You know how YouTube works. So let me know down in the comments. With that being said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and I always want to hear your opinions, and stay tuned for next week's video. I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye. You guys, I had to make the bed around him. The bed is made on top of him because he wouldn't get up. He's just being so cute and precious. Oh my goodness, little guy. You just want to lay in bed. Get snuggled up, hugging a rug. Okay. Oh, you're so handsome. Yes, you are.